All right, mathematicians, I've got a new lesson for you. It is related to comparing fractions, which we've been working on, but today we're going to use models to see equivalent fractions, and that is our objective for today. So I'm going to get started with a little idea here. So let's say I have a tortilla. Let's say I cut that tortilla in half and eat one part of it. So I'll shade the part that I'm going to eat. All right. The fraction of the tortilla I ate was 1/2. 1 out of 2 pieces. Well, let's say I get another tortilla. This time, I cut our tortilla into fourths. So I'll cut it down the middle again. There's my halves. And I'll cut it one more time to make fourths. Now this time, I'm going to eat 2 slices. Oh, and I don't know where my fraction bar and number went. I'll redraw that. So this time, we can say that I ate 2/4 of the pizza. Now, I'm noticing right away that looking at the pictures, I ate the same amount, even though here I ate 1 slice of the tortilla, and here I ate 2 slices of the tortilla. But because the pieces were smaller, I ate the same amount on the 2/4. So we can say that 1/2 is equivalent or equal to 2/4. Let's try another. Got another tortilla here. This time I'm going to cut it into eighths. So I'll cut it once this way. And I want to make sure that's right down the middle. So I'm going to move that over a little bit. I'll cut it once in the middle this way. And then I'll make 2 diagonal slices right through the middle. Each one is about equal as I can make them, right? This time, I'm going to eat 4 out of my 8 slices. So 4 would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will write my fraction again. Here I've eaten 4/8, or 4 out of 8 slices. Looking again, I can see that each time I've eaten the same amount of my tortilla. So I know that 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4, which is also equivalent to 4/8. And equivalent, again, means same or equal to. Let's try it another way. This time we're going to use fraction bars. Let's say this orange rectangle represents 1 candy bar. I'm going to cut my candy bar into thirds. So 2, 1. I want to make sure those are as equal as possible, so I'm going to move this one over just a little bit. Move this one over just a little bit. There, that looks a little better, right? So let's say I eat 1/3 of this candy bar. And my fraction would look like 1/3, 1/3. let's make another rectangle to represent another candy bar of the same size. And that looks about good. This time, I'm going to cut my candy bar into sixths, or 6 equal parts. So I have 1, 2, 3. And to make sixths easier, I'm just going to drag a line down the middle. I'm going to make sure by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pretty much equal parts, right? Well, let's say I ate 2/6 of my candy bar. And I shade that in. Well, I can see that I've eaten the same amount of candy bar even when I ate 1/3 and 2/6. I'll write that here. Do a different color. 2/6. So what I know now is 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. Now let's say I cut my candy bar again, a new candy bar, and this time I'm going to cut it into 12ths. And I don't know why it keeps erasing all my lines, but that's just okay. So to cut it into 12ths, first I'm going to do thirds. I'm going to use my lines to help me line it up. Make sure it's even. And I'm going to cut those thirds in half again to get 6 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, and I'll cut all of them in half to get 12 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. This time I'm going to eat 4 of my 12 equal parts. So I'm going to shade in 4 of my 12 equal parts. This time I'm going to shade in 4 of my 12 equal parts because I'm going to eat 4 of my 12 equal pieces of my candy bar. Again, let's write our fraction. And I have 4 eaten out of 12 equal parts. And I can see that that's equivalent to. That's equivalent to 1/3 and it's equivalent to 2/6. So 12 4/12 is equivalent to 2/6 and 1/3. Let's see it on a number line. So I'm just going to show the first one. Here's my 0, and here's 1. And I want to think back to the first one. So 1/2, 2/4, and 4/8. And I just want to map those on my number line. So I know that 1/2 is right here on my number line. Well, now I want to see where 2/4 is on my number line. So I know I need to cut these pieces each into one more to make 4 equal parts. And I'll just count that really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I'm going to label them. So this is 1/4. This is 2/4. And this is 3/4. And right now, I can see that 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4 on the number line. Well, let's see if we can cut it into eighths too. So to make eighths, I'll just divide each section into one more section each. So 1, here we go, and I'll just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great, I have 8 equal parts. So now I'm going to label them. This is 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, and 4/8. Right now I can see that 4/8 is equivalent to 1/2 and 2/4 on the number line. And I should keep going. This would be 5/8, and so on. So that is one way we can use models to see fractions that are the same even though they have different numerators and different denominators.